My beloved friend, before you scroll away, give me just 1 minute. If you've been carrying the weight of financial stress, if you've been lying awake at night wondering how you're going to pay the next bill, if you've been praying, working, and doing everything you know how to do, yet nothing seems to change. This message is for anyone who needs hope today. Take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear may remind you of something you've forgotten. Sometimes life becomes so overwhelming that we begin to believe our current situation is our permanent future. But it isn't. A difficult season does not define your entire story. Many people in the Bible faced seasons of waiting, uncertainty, and hardship before new opportunities appeared. Their circumstances didn't change overnight, but they kept moving forward with faith, wisdom, and perseverance. So if you've been asking, when will things finally get better? Know this: don't let today's struggle convince you that tomorrow has no promise. There are moments in life when the breakthrough isn't a sudden miracle. It begins with renewed hope, clearer thinking, unexpected opportunities, and the courage to take the next faithful step. If this message is encouraging your heart right now, comment Amen below, and if you're choosing hope instead of fear today, comment I believe. I read the comments because your words may encourage someone else who is fighting the same battle. Now stay with me, because in the next few minutes we're going to talk about one mindset that quietly keeps many people trapped in discouragement, and how replacing it with faith, gratitude, and wise action can completely change the direction of your journey. Don't leave yet. The next part may be the one you need the most. Before we continue, I want you to pause for just a moment and ask yourself one simple question. What has fear been whispering to you lately? Has it been saying, "Nothing is ever going to change. You'll always struggle. You'll never get ahead"? Those thoughts can become so loud that they begin to sound like the truth. But they are not the truth. Every difficult season has a way of convincing us that it will last forever. Yet history and scripture remind us that seasons change. Many faithful people experienced moments when they couldn't see the way forward. They didn't have every answer. They didn't know how everything would work out. But they chose to keep walking one step at a time. Maybe that's exactly where you are today. You've worked hard, you've sacrificed, you've prayed, you've waited, and you're wondering if all of it has been worth it. If that's you, I want to encourage you with this thought. Don't measure your future by your current circumstances. Your circumstances can change. New opportunities can appear. Unexpected doors can open. A conversation can lead to a new beginning. One wise decision can redirect an entire future. Hope is not pretending that life is easy. Hope is believing that today's struggle doesn't have the final word. If this message is encouraging you, take a moment and write, "I will keep going," in the comments. Someone reading your comment may find the courage they need today. And if you've made it this far in the video, let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you, and our community would love to welcome you as well. Now here's something many people overlook. Financial challenges are real, but discouragement often causes even greater damage than a lack of money. When we lose hope, we stop seeing possibilities. When we stop seeing possibilities, we stop taking action. And when we stop taking action, we miss opportunities that may have been right in front of us. So protect your heart. Guard your mind. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep praying. Keep making wise decisions. Small, faithful steps repeated over time can lead to remarkable change. In the next part, we're going to explore why patience is not passive and how waiting can become a season of preparation instead of frustration. Stay with me. You won't want to miss what's coming next. So let's continue. What if this season isn't only about waiting? What if it's also about becoming? Sometimes we become so focused on the destination that we fail to notice what is happening within us during the journey. Growth often happens quietly. Character is built when no one is watching. Wisdom develops through difficult choices. Patience grows when the answers don't come as quickly as we hoped, and faith becomes stronger when we choose hope even before we see the outcome. If you've been facing financial pressure, you already know how heavy it can feel. The constant calculations, the unexpected expenses, the unanswered questions, the fear of whether there will be enough tomorrow. These burdens are real. But don't allow them to convince you that your future has already been written. Every new day carries possibilities that yesterday did not. A new opportunity, a new connection, a new idea, a new direction. Sometimes the smallest opportunity becomes the beginning of the biggest transformation. That's why it's so important not to let discouragement steal your vision. Instead, keep preparing yourself. Keep learning, keep improving your skills, keep treating people with kindness, keep managing what you already have with wisdom. The seeds you plant today may become the harvest you celebrate tomorrow. If this message is encouraging you, write, "I'm not giving up," in the comments. Your words may inspire someone else who is quietly fighting the same battle. And if you've stayed with this video this long, thank you. Your willingness to keep listening tells me that hope is still alive in your heart. Now think about this for a moment. Many of the greatest turning points in life begin long before anyone else can see them. Before a tree bears fruit, its roots grow deeper underground. Before a sunrise fills the sky with light, there is still darkness. Progress often begins where it cannot yet be seen. So don't judge your entire future by what you can see today. Keep taking one faithful step after another. Celebrate small victories. Stay grateful for what you have. Remain open to new opportunities. And remember that lasting change is often built through consistent, faithful choices made one day at a time. In the next part, we're going to talk about how fear quietly steals peace, and how choosing courage can help you recognize opportunities you might otherwise miss. Stay with me, because the next chapter could become the encouragement you've been needing today. Before we go any further, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how fear has a way of making tomorrow look darker than it really is? It whispers that nothing will ever change. It tells you that your best days are behind you. It convinces you that because you've struggled for so long, you'll always struggle. But fear is a poor narrator of your future. If you've been carrying financial pressure, you're not alone. Many faithful people have walked through seasons where they couldn't see the next step. They had questions without answers. They had responsibilities that felt heavier than their strength. Yet they kept moving forward one day at a time. That's the invitation for you today. Not to pretend that your problems don't exist, not to ignore your responsibilities, but to refuse to let fear become the loudest voice in your life. Think about how many opportunities are missed simply because people believe they aren't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. Sometimes the greatest obstacle isn't the closed door in front of us. It's the belief that we shouldn't even knock. Take a moment to reflect on your own journey. How many challenges have you already survived? How many moments did you think would break you, yet somehow you kept going? That doesn't mean life has been easy. It means you've become stronger than you often give yourself credit for. If this message is encouraging you, write, "I choose hope," in the comments. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs today. Now remember this. Real change often begins quietly. It begins when a person decides to keep learning instead of giving up, to keep praying instead of becoming bitter, to keep acting wisely instead of acting out of panic. Small decisions made consistently can shape an entirely different future. So don't underestimate today's choices. The habit you build today, the skill you practice today, the kindness you show today, the wisdom you apply today, all of these become part of the future you're creating. Stay with me, because in the next section we're going to explore how gratitude and perseverance can help you recognize opportunities that fear often hides. As we continue, take another moment to reflect on your journey. Think about every obstacle you've already overcome. There were seasons when you believed you wouldn't make it through, yet here you are, still standing. That doesn't mean every question has been answered. It doesn't mean every burden has disappeared, but it does remind us that strength often grows in places where comfort never could. One of the greatest mistakes we can make during difficult seasons is believing that our present circumstances define our future. They don't. Every day brings new possibilities, a new conversation, a new opportunity, a new lesson, a new decision that could lead your life in a completely different direction. This is why it's so important not to let discouragement become your identity. You may be experiencing financial hardship. You may be carrying responsibilities that seem overwhelming. You may feel exhausted from trying again and again. Those feelings are real, but they don't have to determine what comes next. Instead, ask yourself a different question. What is one faithful step I can take today? Maybe it's improving a skill. Maybe it's applying for another opportunity. Maybe it's creating a better financial plan. Maybe it's reaching out to someone who can offer guidance. Small, consistent actions often produce results that dramatic moments never could. Take time to celebrate progress, even if it feels small. Every step forward matters. Every lesson learned matters. Every act of perseverance matters. If this message has encouraged you to keep moving forward, write one step at a time in the comments. Your words could become a reminder for someone else who is close to giving up. And if you've stayed with this message until now, thank you for being here. Communities grow stronger when people encourage one another. Take a moment to share something positive in the comments. You never know whose day you might brighten. As we prepare for the final part, remember this: hope is not about ignoring reality. Hope is choosing to believe that today's difficulties are not the end of your story. Keep your heart open, keep your mind focused, keep making wise decisions, and keep believing that even the longest season can eventually give way to a new beginning. In the final chapter, we'll bring everything together with practical encouragement on how to move forward with faith, wisdom, gratitude, and courage, no matter what challenges you face today. Now let's continue. There is something remarkable about people who refuse to quit. Not because life has been easy for them, not because every prayer has been answered exactly when they expected, but because they have learned that every difficult season has something valuable to teach. Think about the strongest people you've ever met. Most of them were not shaped by comfort. They were shaped by challenges, by setbacks, by disappointments, by moments when they had every reason to give up. Yet they chose to keep moving forward. Perhaps that's exactly where you are today. You've been carrying responsibilities that few people know about. You've smiled in front of others while quietly fighting battles inside your own heart. You've continued working even when you felt exhausted. You've kept believing even when the results seemed invisible. And that takes courage. Never underestimate the quiet courage of simply refusing to give up. Many people think transformation happens in one dramatic moment, but more often than not, lasting change begins with one simple decision, one more application, one more conversation, one more lesson learned, one more act of kindness, one more day of refusing to surrender to fear. Those small choices have a way of building a future that once seemed impossible. That's why today matters. Not because everything changes overnight, but because today's decisions become tomorrow's reality. Take a moment and ask yourself, what is the next right step I can take? Not 10 steps. Not next year. Just the next faithful step. Maybe it's organizing your finances. Maybe it's learning a new skill. Maybe it's reaching out to someone you trust for advice. Maybe it's replacing negative thoughts with hopeful ones. Progress doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for staying with me. Your presence here tells me that you're choosing hope over hopelessness. If that's true, write "I'm still standing" in the comments. Someone else scrolling through those comments may realize they're not alone. And while you're there, encourage another viewer. Sometimes a few kind words can make a bigger difference than we ever imagined. Remember this: your value has never been measured by the size of your bank account. Your worth has never depended on your circumstances. Financial struggles can test your confidence, but they don't define your identity. Keep growing, keep learning, keep acting with wisdom, keep looking for opportunities, and never stop believing that one ordinary day can become the beginning of an extraordinary chapter. Because history is filled with stories of people whose lives changed after one unexpected opportunity, one courageous decision, or one moment when they refused to quit. So don't stop now. Your journey is still unfolding. There are still lessons to learn. There are still doors waiting to open. There are still opportunities you haven't discovered yet. Stay with me, because in the next chapter, we're going to explore how daily habits, gratitude, and perseverance can quietly shape a future that's stronger than anything fear ever promised. The journey isn't over. In many ways, it's only just beginning, because every meaningful journey begins with a single step, and every lasting transformation is built one day at a time. The truth is, most people give up far too soon, not because they lack talent, not because they lack intelligence, but because they lose hope before they see the results of their persistence. Think about a seed planted deep beneath the soil. For weeks, nothing appears to be happening, no visible progress, no evidence that anything is changing. Yet beneath the surface, roots are quietly growing stronger every single day. Life often works the same way. Some of the most important changes happen where no one else can see them. Your character is growing. Your patience is becoming stronger. Your wisdom is increasing through every challenge you've faced. Even the lessons you wished you never had to learn are becoming part of the person you're becoming. So don't underestimate this season. It may feel slow. It may feel uncertain. But slow progress is still progress. Sometimes we compare our lives to people around us. We see someone else's success, someone else's promotion, someone else's business growing, someone else's opportunities. And before we realize it, comparison begins stealing our peace. But remember this: every journey has a different timeline. Every person carries different responsibilities. Every opportunity arrives at a different moment. Your responsibility isn't to compete with someone else's story. Your responsibility is to remain faithful in your own. Focus on what you can control today. Learn something new. Improve one skill. Encourage one person. Save a little more. Spend a little wiser. Pray with sincerity. Work with excellence. These small habits may not seem impressive today, but over time they begin creating extraordinary results. Now let me ask you something. What would your future self thank you for doing today? Would it be giving up, or would it be taking one more step despite your fears? The answer is often simpler than we think. Keep showing up. Keep trying. Keep believing that your efforts matter. Because every honest day's work builds confidence. Every challenge overcome builds resilience. Every setback survived becomes evidence that you are stronger than you once believed. If you've stayed with this message until now, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Think about one blessing in your life that you're grateful for today. It doesn't have to be something big. Sometimes gratitude begins with the smallest things: a caring family member, a loyal friend, good health, another sunrise, another opportunity to begin again. Write one word of gratitude in the comments. Your gratitude may inspire someone else to notice blessings they almost overlooked. And as this journey continues, remember something that many people forget. Success isn't built by one perfect decision. It's built by hundreds of faithful decisions made when no one is watching. It's choosing discipline over excuses, patience over panic, hope over despair, wisdom over impulse, kindness over bitterness. Those choices shape the future far more than one dramatic moment ever could. So don't let today's difficulties convince you that tomorrow has no possibilities. Keep preparing, keep learning, keep growing, and above all, keep moving forward with courage. Because the next chapter of your journey hasn't been written yet. There are still opportunities waiting to be discovered. There are still lessons waiting to strengthen you. There are still moments ahead that may completely change the direction of your life. So keep walking, one step, one decision, one day at a time. Your story is still unfolding, and perhaps the most meaningful chapter is still ahead. And perhaps that's the most beautiful truth of all. Your story is still unfolding, no matter how difficult yesterday was, no matter how many setbacks you've experienced, no matter how many times you've questioned whether you were making progress. Today is a reminder that every new sunrise brings another opportunity to begin again. Life has a remarkable way of surprising those who continue to move forward with courage. The road may not always be smooth. There will be unexpected obstacles. There will be moments of uncertainty. There will be days when the finish line seems impossible to reach. But those moments do not have the final word. Every challenge you overcome adds another layer of strength to your character. Every lesson you learn makes you wiser. Every step you take with integrity prepares you for responsibilities that may still be ahead. Perhaps one day you'll look back on this season, not with bitterness, but with gratitude, because you'll realize that the struggles you once wished would disappear were also shaping the resilience, wisdom, and compassion that became part of who you are. Never underestimate what can happen when hope and perseverance work together. A single opportunity can change the direction of your career. One meaningful conversation can open a door you never expected. One wise decision repeated consistently can transform your future over time. That's why it's so important to keep your heart open, keep learning, keep serving others with kindness, keep improving yourself, keep making thoughtful decisions, even when no one is watching. These quiet choices often become the foundation of extraordinary stories. And if today has been difficult, remember this: you don't have to solve your entire future today. You only have to take the next faithful step, then another and another. Progress isn't measured by speed, it's measured by persistence. As we come to the end of this message, I want to leave you with one final thought. No season lasts forever. Moments of hardship eventually give way to moments of growth. Moments of uncertainty can become moments of clarity. And the experiences that once felt like heavy burdens can one day become the testimony that encourages someone else to keep going. So wherever you are today, don't lose hope. Protect your peace. Choose gratitude whenever you can. Look for opportunities instead of giving in to fear. And remember that every small act of faith, wisdom, patience, and perseverance matters. If this message encouraged you today, let us know by writing "I will keep moving forward" in the comments. I'd also love to know where you're watching from, because this community is made stronger when people from around the world encourage one another. If this video brought you hope, consider sharing it with someone who may need these words today. And if you'd like to continue receiving messages of faith, encouragement, and practical inspiration, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future videos. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Take care of your heart. Keep your faith alive. Keep moving forward with wisdom, courage, and compassion. Your next chapter is waiting to be written. Until next time, may you walk forward with hope, peace, and the confidence to embrace whatever tomorrow brings.